Today we're going to talk about how to winterize or store your 4-cycle equipment. First of all, how we're going to classify 4-cycle equipment. It normally has a tank where you're going to add oil, and then you have a separate tank, which is your gas tank, where you're going to add gas. One of the biggest problems in the outdoor power equipment industry is fuel-related issues, and it all stems from the fuel we get at the gas pump every day. Most of the fuel we get at the gas pump contains about 10% ethanol. What this ethanol does is it promotes moisture into your fuel system. First of all, into your gas tank, which it can corrode the lining of your gas tank and other pieces. The other thing it does is it corrodes internal parts of your carburetor. The other issue the ethanol does is it turns fuel into a varnish or gummy-like substance. In our carburetor, we have fuel passages that are probably the size of a pinhead on a needle. You get any of that gummy substance that gets entered into your carburetor, it's going to cause your machine to run erratic or not run at all. So to properly store your equipment, or even for fuel storage throughout the year, we're going to do a couple things. The first is going to start with fresh fuel stabilizer. You can get fuel stabilizer in a bottle like this, or you can get it in packets like this, which are single uses. What this is going to do is basically this fuel stabilizer floats to the top of your fuel tank and creates like an air barrier. It doesn't let the oxygen get into the tank and react with the ethanol, therefore causing the problems we mentioned earlier. As far as storing the equipment, the best technique, or what's widely used in the outdoor power equipment industry, is going to be have your gas tank about half full or half empty, whichever way you look at it. You're going to then add double the amount of a fresh stabilizer. You can always add too much stabilizer, but not enough. If you add more stabilizer than what it calls for, it's not going to hurt your tank. But if you don't add enough, it's not going to do its job in actually stabilizing the fuel. So you want to make sure you have a half tank of gas or a half full tank of gas. Add double the amount of a fresh fuel stabilizer, and then your unit is ready to be put away for winter. If you were to have a battery with your unit, or it's electric start, I do suggest taking off the positive terminal. It will cause it will prevent your battery from basically breaking down and losing its power band throughout its life. Come spring, when you pull your equipment out, what we're going to do is go to the gas station and get fresh fuel, and then we're going to add or finish filling up your tank with that fresh fuel. If you have a battery, you want to connect your battery back and then start your unit and let it run. That fresh fuel is going to mix with the older fuel, and it should create or not create any fuel problems moving forward.